Evening, Paul. Evening, Paul. How are we doing, chaps? Well, I hope. We had 5 to 6 weeks of beautiful sunshine, and now we've had rain. Delightful, huh? No, it is what it is. Right, back to this shenanigans. Now we need to go all the way back to pretty much the beginning. Basically, so back to stage 1, and we're going to go through it all again, hopefully with an intention of knowing what we're actually doing this time. But I have no idea, so we'll just keep going. So that's where we're at, without trying to break any bits on it. We're sure that's not screwed on yet. There's our rails and bits and mesh and lashing around up here, yeah. And we've got our wood deck on there and all the bits there and all the bits there and all the bits underneath and all that lot, you know. I've left it in sections at the moment so you can take it apart and paint it and, you know, make life a little bit easier during the build stages. But that's basically one done with all the little stars on the sides and everything else that we did all along here. Sure, we've done a lot over the weeks. It's heavy, not quite sure how heavy, but that's one done anyway, for now. And I'll pop her there. So that's just one done temporarily. And it's sitting on the chair there at an angle on the piss. So we're going to start again. Ah dear. Right. That's nothing to do with this. That's nothing to do with this. And we've got all these bits here. We've got lots of bits here and we've got lots of bits still to build these frames again and all that lot. Remember we done these frames last time. So we're back on all that shenanigans, I'm afraid. So just got to try and remember where we're at. So that's that and that's that. So now I've got to build the bits that go on the end here. Yep. So I've got to build one of these and one with a little arm on it. Where's them gone? A couple of these have got a little arm on them. There it is. There's one. That'll do me. I'll find the bottom to it. There you go. I'll put that in there. Ooh. Put that little piece in there. There you go. So I've got to attach that to that, like last time. Sure, we had this joyous moment before. So a corner of this, that goes there, that goes there. And then we have to build this section here and this section here, and then pop them on, join them all together. So I'll do the double joiner one first, which is this one here. And we're back onto this again. C24s. There you go. C2 to 29. So be on there somewhere in this lot. Maybe not the first rows, but it'll definitely be on here somewhere. There's plenty of them, as you can see. Very good. That's not it. There'll be some that I've not done yet. There you go. This is where it all starts. I'll put them back in the bag. Right. Enjoy this moment again. C24s. That one. C24. C16's next to it. C21s. Twenty-one, where are you? 21s. Right, not on this one. What, 21 and a 22. Apparently, it's on these. There you go. 22s. 21. Yeah. Might as well do two of these, eh? Because I do have two to build. So I'll have to have one either side. So I might as well do it now. What was that? 22. That one. 21 there. 16. Well, I'm hoping at this stage, because this is building another one of them big bogies, that it's going to be a lot easier because we've already done this once. But knowing how fiddly it was and how much of a shenanigans it was last time, the truth is it's not going to be any easier, no doubt. So one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them. So like that. And that one there, like that. I'll glue them on. That's them two glued on. And then this axle thingamajig goes in there. Apparently. So, I hook that like that. Apparently, that goes in there like that. Trying to see where the pin is. A little pin supposedly holds that in place. Oh, I remember now. I remember this well now. The pin is the silly whatchamacallit, isn't it? That's right. I remember it now. The pin is the bracket. I remember this bit now. I was trying to remember why and how, but I've remembered now. Because that bit goes through. The two of them. And I remember cursing well last time when I was doing this. Because that's got to go on there like that. And the same on the other side. That one. There it goes in there. It's amazing how a little while not doing it and then you suddenly just remember it all and how much of a pain it is. So that's one on. Like so. How well you'll see that, but it's there in the middle between the two. And it all moves and does its thing. Sure, all this was done before and then it was all fiddly putting it all together at the end. Underneath on the bogies. It's all coming back to me now. By the time I've done this 4 times, I'll probably remember it with my eyes shut. Because it is a pain. So how's everybody been keeping? Well, I hope. Or as well as can be. A little bit of roll there just to stop that from moving too much. this side on. This is where I remember it getting awkward. I always articulate bitty stuff. I've got to try and line it all up and get it all in. At the same time. Which has just gone pear-shaped, as you can see. Because everything's just come apart. There you go, got it. Right. That's them two bits. That's that bit. I'll try and put that back together now. This is your way of paint. And the hole inside wherever it is. Oh my gosh. Such a delightful way of building. This one's not quite lined up, you see. That's a problem. The pin's not in. There, got it. Yeah. Quickly. Right. Flipping again. Someone's coming out again. Come on. What's the problem? Oh my gosh. Right. Every time I push one bit in, another bit pops out. Gosh. Yeah. Stay where you are. There's some language that I would like to use. Why is that not finding that? What's the problem? Oh my gosh. Nobody talking today. I think I got it. Try again. There you go. I'm going to put a dab of glue on that. I can always loosen it. when it comes to it, when I'm fitting it underneath the bogey there. I'll put a dot of glue on there and loosen that when the time comes so I can move it. I'm stuffing my belly with beef burgers and tatty wedges. No worries, pal. All good fun, huh? Got to get fed, mate. Got to get fed. So there's one bit of that delightful frame system that I absolutely hate doing. Now I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 4 of these delightful items. According to this, 23, that one. I need 1. 2. And then these 4 together, so 1, 2. This one, yeah. 1, 2. Oh. There. 1, 2. Even it not. And then C17, which is that little blighter up there. And evening, Mark. It's Dora the Explorer, yeah, something like that. Alright, Panzer. Evening, Stuart. How you doing, chap? Right. So I need 4 of these little dots. 1, 2. Can't believe I'm doing all this crap again. 3. 4. Yeah. Right. I'll just show you guys who you've just joined in. That's where we're at with the first bogey. That's it, done. All the way around, little stars, the NPCs and all that shenanigans. So that's sitting over there, and we're starting all over again on the second one. 2 of 4. You got tiny little things like these. You know, a little hole in the middle of it. So you got all this delightful kind of malarkey going on, which is absolutely tiny, and then you got to try and get it onto these articulated bits that I built. Some of them I've built before. this madness here. Got to join it all together. So I've been through all this fiddly shenanigans already once, but we are going for it for a second time. So we'll get this one built, get it fitted to the bogie, and then do the next one and keep going. Not bad making progress on my saber-tooth. 12 figures. Cool. Yeah, I'm cool, pal. I'm alright. I'm better than last week. Last week I was a bit choked up with a cold, but I've got some polycats in my 1/400 sub to fit like that. Yeah. Tiny, yeah, it's a struggle for me, that's for sure. So these 4 brackets here and me doing this bit here, you got 2 bits and that little tiny bit to put together, and then then you got to try and attach it to the end of these frames and sit them all up. In fact, there's even more because I just realised we have another C22 or whatever. They've all got to go into them as well. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Better cut them out as well quickly. I'm going to need some of them. I just noticed, because these are all the brake calipers you see for the wheels. That's what these are. Like 22 there. A 22 over there. And then 21. That's a 21. And that's a 21. Yeah. Right. I need one of these. Apparently. And one of these. Put that on there. And one of them. Oh, it's Sinbad Eye of the Tiger. Cool. Right, see if I can get that on there. Oh my god. So remember all this. Right. So I need to putting that together. Like so. I'm just going to glue that and leave it for a sec. But there's one little, you can see the gap in between caused by that thingamajig. Fred, as of tomorrow, I will be back. Cool. Awesome. I normally work on a Sunday, but this Sunday I've got off, so because it's bank holiday Monday and I'm in Monday. But yeah, cool. Where did that go? I will say I'll promise to watch them, but to be honest with you, I only get Fridays and Saturdays off, so I can't make a promise like that. However, I will try and pay attention and watch them when I can. And for any of you blighters, Mark's a good model builder. very good model builder. And we'll be doing live, so... Oh, you're not going to be live though. Just going to get back on the bench. Oh, right, okay. Well, when you do go live, let us all know. They can all tune in and we can watch it and all that shenanigans. That's two more. I really hate this thing. I love, like, once it's got to that bogey stage, but this bit here is such a pain. Here's the demise of our cloud. I lost my mojo. Oh, right, yeah. Easy done, I guess. Life sometimes just gets in the way, doesn't it? Life and loss of direction, I suppose. And you'll get there. It's a little messy what went on, really. What can you do? We're here, we're still going, and that's what matters. Oh, come on, in you go. There you go. There we go. So that's 4 of them done. I need that one there to dry. I'll show you this one because it should be pretty dry now. And they're like a set of tongs. And then you put the brake caliper on. And then you got to try and connect it all up to this malarkey here. All this shenanigans, and then try and get it into that bogey bit. So that's where we should try and do. That one goes in there. That bit pops in there. I really hate this bit. You get all that like that, and then it all just pops and moves and does its thing. It never goes where you want it to go. See, it just moves again. Right, you. Kind of acts like a pair of tweezers, this. The minute you go to lift apart, it pings the other bit out before you can put that pin in. There you go, it's missed the pin, told you. I knew it. Right. I was going on for 3 years, didn't know where I was. It's a weird time. Then rebounded 3 times, just put everything up in the air. I just walked away. Yeah. I know, mate. I know. It's a hard one. Difficult times it was. Oh. For God's sake, right. Do you know what? I'm doing this, right? And in reality, you're not even going to see any of it. Why am I putting myself through it? Mainly because I know. I wonder if a bit of glue will hold that in place while I try and get that in. Try again. Come on. Mess about. See ya. Oh my gosh. It really isn't easy. Where's my tweezers? I've got to find a knack here because I'm honest. I've got 2 more of these stupid things to build yet. After all this. If I don't figure a way out of making this a little bit easier, I'm going to end up bursting me brain here. Wait, that's got to go right round. That's it on there. I wonder if that'll help. Right. It's a bit fiddly, to say the least. Right, that's got that one. Definitely got it. So happy days. It's got to be an easier way than this. I think what I just did there, putting one in, then popping that in, and then doing the other one, I think it's the easy way. Or easier, shall I say. Yeah. Oh man. I'll be glad when all this bit's done anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop that on first. I'm going to try it this way. Then I'm going to pop the brake caliper on. Spin that around. No. Lift that up. Over that. And pop that on there. I don't know if this is going to be easier or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. And then pop that on. Like so. And lift it up. And tie the glue. Right, I think that's got it. I think that's the way to do it. I think that's the answer. Everything keeps spinning around and moving, eh? Alright, I'm going to leave that off for a minute. I'm really trying to figure out an easy way here. Trying to find if there's a knack for it. A way to do this. Which, at the moment, I don't feel I'm finding. But this might be the answer. He says, as it all falls apart again. Right. Oh, for crying out loud. Right, deep breath, Freddy boy. Try again. That was nearly a more than a crying out loud. Yeah, gotcha. Got it. We'll see you got another 2 sets after this one. You can't go to temporary jig. No, not really, mate. To be honest, all you got to do is figure out the best way to actually physically assemble it. Now, I kind of have. When I assembled these are on a pivot, and I can actually disconnect these and put them on afterwards. So what I've just realised here is if I disconnect, so I've just got that frame there, and then put these on, and then I can connect that next frame on this one. I can just connect that on once I've done everything. So when I first did my bogies, I was doing this all in one piece, and it's all moving and jigging about and causing me issues. So this way seems a little bit like it's going to be the best way to go about it, is to do it and then join that together like that, and then I've got half a chance of getting it how I need it, and it still moves around, so I can get it in position on the model afterwards. If that makes sense. Because it all moves, there's not really a jig as such you can make, because everything just moves and everything's got to slot into one another for it to work, if that makes sense. I've got one more, and then that's this section done. I just got one more to do like this, and then that's it. So that's it for this bogie. So it's not too bad, if I remember rightly, once you get it together. But for anyone that's going to be building this, I would say that popping that on there like that, then putting the brake caliper on, and then putting the other piece on, is definitely going to be a little bit more easier, like this, see? And then lifting that up and popping that on there to lock it into place. And then a tad of glue is actually a little bit easier. So I'll probably do it like that if I remember by the time I get to the next one. I'll try and do it that way all the time. Won't they seize up if you get paint into that pivot? Yeah, well, the glue's seizing them up as well, pal. What will happen is, once I get it underneath and into position where I want it, then I'm just going to glue it all, because it doesn't make the wheels move. It doesn't alter the wheels. The wheels can still turn. You know, they still turn. It's just these bits here on the inside, and that's all it is. So once you get them into position, you can just glue them, and then the wheels are still free to move, you know. Not that you're going to push it up and down the track anyway, but so in that aspect you're all right, you know. It doesn't affect it, but you need it to be able to move, so when you put it into the bogie you can line it all up and get everything lined up, and then you can finish with a bit of glue on it just to stop any of it moving, because there's bits that need to be moved when it's going underneath, which is a pain in the bum. I'll stick to Spaceballs, Fred. That's a new premise set. Will be issued in 3 weeks. Oh, right. I see, and I don't blame you. Now, why did the Germans lose? Because of over-engineering? Probably, and a crazy idea. I mean, the railgun, they only ended up using it once, I believe, over at Russia or wherever it was. So, yeah, they didn't really use it much. And apparently it only fired a certain amount, and then that was it. The barrel was gobbed and it needed a new barrel. So it was a bit of a proper kind of fail, really. I mean, it did kind of do what it was supposed to do, but for having two lots of rail tracks and building the whole thing and the cost of the whole thing, was it worth it? Probably not, to be fair. It was probably a fail in that aspect. I think it was a bunker buster, that was the idea. See, so then now, if I really wanted to, I could get hold of this piece and then whoop them on underneath, and then that's me with my little frame stuck under there. But I believe I got two of these, so I need to do one more, but it's nearly time, so I'm not going to mess about with the other one. I'll leave that like that, and I'll do the other one next week. So we're on that page. So while I'm hanging about, I'm going to build this bit here, which we had on that one, on the first bogey. Every bogey has it. And it's like it's jiggery bits. So I want this A2, and then we're going to start putting some of these bits on, I'm guessing. So I want D23. What I need to do before I do anything is put the C sprues back in the bag. I don't want to get all the sprues muddled up, cause myself some bother. Right, things can go all together. I'm looking for D's and P's. D's. There's some D's there. And the D spruce. And a couple of P's. Oh my god. What number? P12s, right, so all this is P's and all this is D's. Probably not on that part, probably on one of these. Looks like I took parts off of that one. P23. I remember this bit well, so it's not too bad. This is making a little box thing with a movable arm, a little arm that moves around. That is a good thing though. You know, I've built one of them already, so it's not like you don't know what you're doing. It's not so bad. So what are you going to start building first? Mark, sorry. What's going to be your comeback build? I have to feel a bit sorry for the poor bugger who has to pack these. Yeah. Probably try to fit them upside down. It was confusing a little bit, some of it on this build, but I'm alright now. One, because I've done one, and two, I was using my power straw as a reference a little bit, so I got a rough idea of how I needed to go about it. So that's that for the D's. That's the secret in this kit. Put everything to one side. Have everything laid out and bagged and labelled, and then you know where you're at. Because otherwise it's a nightmare. Right, I'm looking for number 12. That one. And another 12 somewhere. with one on each sprue. Two 12s. So apparently that goes on there like that. That goes on there like that. Powder glue. What's this? I'm adding Airways PR. An airfix fairly far apart, even though it isn't. You're no complicated. It's driving me mad. I think a lot of the models are complicated, pal. To be fair, a lot of them are. I'll call it annoying, to say the least. There, like so. Hey Scott, how you doing, fella? All right. And what that little bugger on the bottom there, like so. I'll get that there. And this little thing in here goes in there. You can spin up and down. Right. I'll put a bit of glue on there first. You know, I'm going to feel completely lost tomorrow, not being at work. It's going to be weird. I'm not used to being at work. Not being there is going to be a strange one. On the good side, I forgot to say, I don't know if you remember that I said that I had some what I thought were blue tits, but turned out they were great tits in my garden, the eggs. Well, happy to say that they have hatched, and I've been keeping an eye on them, and as far as I can see, there's at least 4 out of the 6 eggs that actually hatched, and they're nice looking big healthy birds in the nest screaming at their mum and dad for food. And we do have food out for the birds, so the mum and dad can get plenty of food for them, but they're looking great. Ooh, that was a ping. Where did that go? That wasn't a helpful ping. I heard it land. The problem is, it's such a... Oh, how lucky was that, eh? That was lucky. Yeah, so I've got lots of healthy, or at least 4 minimum, healthy great tits in the nest box, chirping away, making an absolute racket every day while they're screaming for their parents to get them food. I know, mate, yeah. When my pal told me, and he said, Fred, it's not a blue tit, it's a great tit. And I said to him, at my age, a tit's a tit. I'm not fussy. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Right, I can't get this little blighter in there. For some reason, it's not playing ball. I think it may be just a bit too long. all the years that we had that bird box up, it was never used, ever. And the year that we were going to get rid of it, because it's not used, and we have birds lay eggs in it, and then have little fledglings or whatever you call them. So that is awesome. Alright. I've got photos. For a great tit though, it's a surprising how much blue's in it. I'll put that a little bit in there, and that goes into there. And that's happy days. And that's us. Now, like the last time, I've got no idea what this piece does, but it's done. Do with a little rub of sandpaper there. And we're good. There you go. So we've got a little, whatever that is, I don't know what it's for. A little thing there with a bar. But the thing moves left and right. It's just like a metal bar or whatever. I don't know what it is. Or what it's for. But it's done. It's built, it moves. The little pins in there. It's all good. Happy days. My little frame there is done. So that's nearly one end. I just got a little bit more to do for that end. I've done this bit here, and that's this piece here that goes on there. I've got these couple of things here to make next week, and that bit there, and then I can put that frame on underneath, and then I've got to make another frame next week to go the other side, and then we're back to putting wheels on and going through all the motion again. So that's where we're at. Happy days, I suppose. We shall see how we do. And there we go. That's that for now. Thanks for everyone popping by. You know where I am. Like I said, tomorrow I'm not at work, so I'm at work Monday. I work Sunday to Thursday, but because it's bank holiday, I don't work Sunday, but I work Monday instead. So I still get 3 days off like everybody else. It's just slightly staggered compared to everybody else. So I will be about tomorrow, but not on here. Obviously, I'll be at home chilling a little bit in the rain. We've had 6 weeks of sunshine, and this weekend it starts raining. And one day's off, got off, and then it rains. But there you go, it is what it is. It's the world of Scotland and whatnot. Anyway, Mark, great to see ya. Have fun tomorrow, pal. Send us a message if you want, private vid chat or whatever if you want. Up to you, pal, while you're at your bench. Be nice to have a catch up anyway. Apart from that, everyone else, enjoy your hobby and carry on doing what you're doing, eh? And I shall catch you all next Saturday, 6 till 7, carry on. As you do. I'm going to go home now, get something to eat, have a couple of beers, chill out, watch a bit of telly or whatever. I don't know, haven't decided. I will look like a lost sheep tomorrow. Not at work, won't know what to do with myself, pouring the rain. Maybe I'll finish reading Apache Dawn. I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, good to see you, pal. Yeah, I should be there Friday. We do pulled at the scale model shed, car shed, whatever, car scale shed. It's a mouthful, that, eh? We do a private Zoom chat thing on a Friday, so if you want to pop by, send me a message, man. I'll send you a link. It's a great banter, a few drinks. I mean, some of them were at the bench. It's a good giggle. I fell asleep this week, so I weren't there. Everyone panicked and worried why I weren't there, but I simply fell asleep. Anyway, take care, guys. Thanks for the thumbs up, the likes, and everything else, and the chit chat. Do appreciate it. And stay safe, and I'll see you all next week, if not before that. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye for now.